How's it, guys? If you have been diligently DCAing into Bitcoin like a disciplined pleb, you may be shocked to find that all those sats that you have been religiously stacking in your wallet, creating small UTXOs, could very well become unspendable in the future when the network fees increase. In this tutorial, I will show you how to future-proof your stack by consolidating your small UTXOs when the network is slow and the fees are low. Right now, July 8th, looking at the mempool, fees are very low, and it's a perfect time to get into this. What exactly is a UTXO? A UTXO is an unspent transaction output, and it represents a specific amount of Bitcoin that you have received. You can think of UTXOs as individual bills in your wallet that have a unique value. And to illustrate this, I'm going to go into Sparrow. In the testnet, I'm just going to open my test wallet. So open wallet, enter password. And why I love Sparrow, as you know, if you follow the channel, is because it actually gives you the breakdown of what's going on in your wallet. And you can click on the UTXO tab and you'll see all your UTXOs sitting right here. Consolidating small UTXOs is a very good idea to prevent paying higher transaction fees in the future when the network could become very congested and fees are high. These small UTXOs could render your stack unspendable and useless if not managed properly. As you know, Bitcoin has a limited transaction throughput, so people need to compete to get into the next block by paying higher fees and incentivizing the miners. So when the network is congested, fees will spike. Okay, and as Bitcoin continues to grow and we see more adoption, we can expect fees to rise. Network fees could rise so high that the small UTXOs could become unspendable. All right, so to illustrate my point, I am in Sparrow, and this is the testnet. To open up the testnet in Sparrow, just go to the top, click on Tools, and then Restart in testnet 3. And the amounts are very small, but you'll get the idea. So I'm in the UTXO tab, and I have a UTXO of 10,000 sats. Okay, and then I also have 10 1,000 sat UTXOs. Okay, and in this example, I'm going to show you what it costs to send the one transaction of 10,000 sats as one UTXO compared to sending another transaction for the same amount, but as 10 UTXOs together. All right, so in this example, what we do is we'll just get a receive address. I'm sending it straight back to myself. We'll go back to the UTXOs, and I'm going to click the 10,000 sat and say send selected. We'll just copy, we'll just paste our address in there, and I'm just going to name this test. Okay. So now, and I'm going to bring the fee all the way to 1 sat per byte. And it's important to note that the network fees are they are billed in sats per byte. Okay, so you are paying for sats per byte that you have in the blockchain. So the heavier your transaction, obviously, the more you're going to pay. And things that can make a transaction heavier are obviously more UTXOs and also more signatures. So multisigs tend to be a little bit more expensive than a single sig because there's just more information. So what we can see in this example is you have the one UTXO and we have a fee of 110 sats. So that's 1% essentially, okay, with our fee cranked all the way down. Okay, so now let's show sending the same amount, but as 10 UTXOs. So I'm going to clear this. Okay, let's clear that. Let's go back into our UTXOs and we'll clear that. Okay, so now I'm going to send the same amount, 10,000 sats, but as separate UTXOs of 1,000 each. So command click on each UTXO that you want to send. And once we've got that selected, we same again, we just say send selected. Can I still paste in my address? Okay, and test 2, and we'll bring the fee range right back to the number 1, to the bare minimum. Okay, and right away you can see the fee is 720 sats. Okay, and you can see in our diagram here you got all 10 UTXOs, making it a lot heavier, obviously. And when you have the transaction, the fee is now 720 sats, so that's 7.76%. So right away, you can see that you're sending the same amount. Okay, we were trying to send 10,000 sats, but you can see that we're now spending and we're paying 7%. So that's a 7x more than when we just had the one UTXO for the 10K. And then if you look at the mempool, so today the mempool is now at between 8 and 10 sats per byte, okay, for low priority and medium priority. It just jumped up. It was at 7. So let's just see how that looks. If we were to crank this to, let's say, 8, okay, as in today's prices, right away you can see that the fee is very high and it's actually at 102%. Okay, so this is why you only do this consolidation when the fees are very low on the network and it makes sense to do it. Okay, and that's another reason why you don't want to be sitting with a bunch of small UTXOs in your wallet, because they can literally become unspendable. So this would actually become unspendable if we just crank this up. You can see, I think if it goes to 16, yeah. So if it goes to like 15, we'll call it 14 sats per byte, you cannot do this transaction because the fee is just too high. But again, this illustrates the point that I'm making, where you don't want to be stuck with these small UTXOs, because it is not optimal to have a whole bunch of small UTXOs in a high fee environment. But to just continue with this illustration, so I'm going to put the fees back to the minimum, and I'm just going to go through the process and create the transaction so you see how it's done. So you just say create transaction, and you'll see the diagram above with your fee, and you just hit finalize transaction for signing, and then sign, and I'll just enter in my password. This is a hot wallet, so there's no signature requested. And then broadcast. Okay, and that'll come in. It's in the mempool right now. So testnet is exactly the same. It's a mirror of the actual blockchain, but obviously it doesn't have any value. But it's a great way to get familiar with working with Bitcoin and playing with wallets. So if we just go into our transactions, you can see it's unconfirmed up there, and that'll take some time to confirm, but I'll check back in when it is. And the UTXOs are it's unconfirmed, spendable, it's coming in. And that's essentially it, guys. So just that shows how you can see how the fees change quite dramatically, especially when the network fees spike. Just to follow up, so in the UTXO tab, you can see we have our UTXO coming in. It's not confirmed yet, but it's a 9,280 less the fee that we just paid. And then you can also see that all my individual 1,000 sat UTXOs have been cleaned up because they've been consolidated into this one. And again, what you're doing is you are literally sending the funds back to yourself. So you just go and you get your receive address. Okay, you copy that, and then you click the UTXOs, you select the UTXOs that you want to consolidate, and then you just say send selected, and that is the process. So just a word on privacy. You obviously don't want to consolidate all your UTXOs into one, depending. So you don't want to consolidate different sources of Bitcoin. So if you have non KYC, you don't want to combine that with say Bitcoin from an exchange. But the main reason, so let's just say you had one Bitcoin, the equivalent of one Bitcoin sitting in a wallet with various different UTXOs. You wouldn't want to consolidate all the UTXOs into one, because let's say you wanted to spend some of that Bitcoin. Let's just say you wanted to buy the new Q from CoinKite, say. The merchant would be able to see, if they jump back in the blockchain, they can see the value that you have in your wallet. So that's really bad for privacy. You don't want that at all. So it just makes sense when you have, it's up to you, when you have, say, a couple $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, just consolidate those, or even if it's a couple hundred. You just don't want to have small dust like UTXOs because they will become unspendable. Right, just to wrap it up very quickly, UTXOs, they are unspent transaction outputs. Basically, think of them as bills in your fiat wallet with a certain value. Essentially, UTXOs have three characteristics. They have a fixed value, they are tied to a Bitcoin address, and they have a transaction ID. Each UTXO is an indivisible amount of Bitcoin denominated as Satoshis with a unique identifier. So guys, that is the testnet. I've just done a recent video where we actually do UTXO management, and we sign two transactions, one with the cold card and one with the Keystone 3 Pro. So be sure to check out that video. So keep an eye on the mempool. There's a lot more content coming, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.